Hi, this is Tuesday, January 12th, and I'm just going to talk to you about what you're going to do today. Today is a reading day where you're going to read a science fiction short story, and we're going to get back to our technology unit. But if you might already know this about science fiction, but I'm going to do a quick review. In the genre of science fiction, authors imagine what might be in the future, and oftentimes what they imagine has something to do with technology. And they try to imagine what could be invented or developed and what are going to be the huge benefits of that technology and what are going to be the drawbacks. So in ways, they're predicting the future, but also warning us about how could having this additional technology in our lives be a danger or be something that is not beneficial to us. So I want you to think about that as you read the short story that you're assigned today. When you open this week's folder, you're going to see the to-do list, and you're going to also see the short story assignment. The grade level classes are going to read the fun they had. Advanced are going to read a story called The Veldt, and I'm just going to use this one as my example. So when you open this up, there's going to be the worksheet and then the link that has a story on it. And just a quick view of what you're going to be asked is going to be here. It says science fiction authors often use storytelling to explore the effects of technological advances in our society. They make up or predict what might be invented and used in the future, and then write a story about it. The stories are designed to help us explore possibilities as well as potential drawbacks. As you read this short story, consider what new technology was being imagined and how the author believed it would impact our society. So you're going to write down the story's title, author, and the published date, which is not the setting. So these stories are going to have settings in the future. Obviously, these stories were not published in the future. They were published in the past. And I'm going to tell you way in the past. So you have to remember that they are imagining things from a long time ago and you are living in their future. So that's what I want you to pay attention to. Then it says, what is the actual setting of the story? What is the year, or what are they imagining? Is how far in advance did they think it had to go before this technology came true? And the place. Next question is, what technology or technologies, there might be more than one, is the author imagining? It was not invented at the time the story was written. And then in what ways did the author get it right or close? If they were imagining this, we actually do have, they might not have had a name for it, but you might think, what are we living right now? What do we actually have? And in what ways did the author get it wrong? Well, we have, such and such technology, but they thought it was going to do this and it didn't really do that. And I want you to tell me, the author's going to imagine, here's going to be the good things of this technology. What are the benefits? And then what are the drawbacks? Then give me a quote from the story, and you can just copy and paste it here. And then what did this author imagine will be the drawbacks or the things that were not so good in the story of those technological things? And what evidence did you see of that? And then, as always, this is an author speaking to readers to think about something. And they want you to consider and evaluate your own life, your own values, your own experience. And right here, I want you to write down, how does this measure up with what you think? Consider what the author is saying about how technology could impact our lives with the story, and explain why you believe he or she is right or wrong. Give examples from your own life and or your own observations to explain your thinking. Okay, so let's say if this author is imagining a Roomba, and you're like, oh my gosh, they didn't call it a Roomba, they called it an electronical mouse or something like that. In what ways they say, oh, this is going to be terrible because it's going to drive the pets of the world nuts. And you might say, oh my gosh, we actually have one. And this is what so you're going to actually apply it to your own life. All right. I want to set you off to read. Oh, the other thing is I have the story linked, of course, and there is an audio link on there too. So if you want to listen to it as you read, I still want you to follow along. You are welcome to listen and follow along because there's something to the way it's laid out on the page. So please do that. And you've got today and tomorrow to work on reading the story and filling out the worksheet. Thursday, we're going to talk about it, and the hope is that you're going to have a richer, deeper understanding after everybody kind of shares their thoughts, and then you'll get to tweak your worksheet so that you'll have a really, really good score when you turn it in. Happy reading. I hope you like it.